time out this year. Heading to the woods. Finally had a cold front pop in early this morning. It's about 2 in the afternoon, and I'm headed north to the property in Stark County. 16th of October. It's just been so warm, you know. I don't know if everybody else has been kind of keeping the brakes on things. I just didn't really want to go out and screw anything up, out there sweating and sitting in the heat. I just, normally I'd be out after it, but the last couple of years I've been doing things a little bit different. And I'm only going to stands when I feel that they're really going to be a good chance of them moving. Not just going out to hunt to just be out there. And I do like being out in the woods and enjoying my time, but just doing things a little different. Also doing something a little different with my archery setup this year. I'm still shooting the same Obsession turmoil bow, which I really like. Shoots very well. But I have went to a heavier broadhead and a heavier arrow. So I've been doing a lot of research, and it looks like my current setup is going to be money. I mean, these arrows are flying like darts out to 45. I practiced with the field points out to 70, and man, they're flying great. Bow's tuned great, arrows are all tuned good. So I really am excited to see what they do with an animal. Got about 530 grain setup right now. So for all you archery geeks out there like me that are into tuning your arrows and tuning your bow and getting things as perfect as you can get them, I think I've got it as perfect as I can get it. I spent the last month and a half getting it as good as I can. So yeah, boy, let's go see if we can stick one in a deer, or a coyote. If that comes through, will happen too. So we'll see you guys out in the woods. We're on our way. So just make my way back here nice and quiet and easy. I've got some corn to walk through as well. It's still standing. Path I'm walking in on, pretty heavily traveled. It's like a small cattle path. Hoping to get in here without pushing anything out. We got a wind out of the west, but you never know 100% what those deer are gonna do, so just try to get in there as quiet as I can. There's a whole covey of quail up here. About to flush when I go through, so looks like my entrance will be given away. That was a lot of quail right there. That was probably 30 or 40 in that covey. That should scare any deer out of here. Or at least have them looking my way. It's like Rocky Raccoon's out early. Hopefully the deer will move early too. He is on a mission, man. He's trucking. There's an absolute ton of squirrel activity right now. I have one that's a jokester right above me. I believe he's trying to hit me in the head with a walnut. Well, I guess this would be a hickory nut. It's a hickory tree. But yeah, I've seen, I don't know, 5 or 6 different squirrels so far. And that covey of, I don't know, at least 30 or 40 quail on the way in. It's about 25 yards right there. The far tree line's 40.
Edge of the corns, about 15. Looks like a good place for an ambush. Deer are actually bedding, typically just on the other side of this little wood lot. This is only, I don't know, about 10 acres in here, maybe. Not even that, probably. It's about 100 yards over there to the edge of the wood line. And on the other side of that, it drops down into a bedding area. And there's a swamp on the other side of that. So this is kind of the high point in the property. And there's a lot of oak trees and hickories, lots of hickories. But yeah, there's several white oaks over here. And it's been raining. The old nuts down onto the ground. The squirrels are busy. So I would think the deer come up in here this evening and start feeding. It's a really nice view. But the wind's starting to lay down, so it's probably time I got quiet. She down, baby. She down. She down right there. Shot her at like 13 yards. Ooh, diggity. That'll wake you up in the afternoon. I still got one right underneath me. Doesn't even know what happened. Little feller's going, what the heck was that about? He just shot that big doe. I hit her kind of high, but I'm also at 20-some feet, so she flopped down right over there, kind of in the tall brush. It's all washed out there, but she flopped down right over there. Sorry for the shaky footage, but you know, that first big doe of the year gets you pretty pumped up. This one's still right underneath me. This silly little guy. Couldn't have a giant buck do that. He has no idea what's going on right now. It's always nice when you can watch them tip over. I don't know what that footage is going to look like, but it's still pretty cool. I got a little deer right here. Probably hears me talking but has no idea what I am. So I guess I'll sit here for a bit yet and see if I can get a buck to come in. Alright, stay tuned. Maybe we'll get a twofer. I'm not going to shoot this little feller. I'll give him about 4 more years. Then we'll talk. It's November the 16th. I just put a doe down up here in Stark County. She came in pretty close. Had a really steep shot angle on her. This stands about 21 feet. So I hit her a little bit high, I think. Have to see what the footage looked like, but yeah, you've probably already seen that. She's laying about 50 or 60 yards from me out in the cornfield. I watched her go down. So I've had a couple other deer hanging around here for a bit. They've wandered off, and I was debating on whether to stick it out, see if a buck would come through, because it's a pretty good woods for bucks, honestly. And it's like, yeah, you know, I think I'll just go get her taken care of. I want to go try to follow the blood trail to her, see if I can find my arrow. It looked like it zipped right through her, but I don't see it flashing over there anymore. But I'd kind of like to get her out of here before it gets dark. I'm out here by myself tonight, and it's probably, I don't know, 1/3 of a mile to the truck, maybe a half mile to the truck. It's a pretty good little hike, and she's a pretty good sized doe, so I think I'll go ahead and get down and, like I said, try to find that arrow. Just when you're ready to get down, another deer comes in. I can either educate this one, or wait till it wanders off, I suppose. Maybe we'll go over and smell my arrow and tell me where it's at. I'm not talking very quiet, but it sure doesn't seem to hear me. Oh. Yeah, it looks like I had blood right there at the side of the impact. Pretty good bright stuff. And there lays my arrow right here at the edge of the field. So nice and covered and bubbly. That's what a guy wants. Smells alright. Yes, sir. It is definitely an obsession. Yeah, when you got a good trail and tall grass and corn like that, you know your broadhead did its job. Yeah, another beautiful Indiana sunset. Gotta love it, man. The great outdoors is truly great. And right there I see my deer waiting for me. Beautiful Northwest Indiana doe. Yes, sir. Looks like I got a job to do now. This is the point where you wish you had your 16-year-old son with strong legs here to help you. It would be nice. Time for a little dragon action. Rawr. Get on up, you huskies.
Yeah. Pretty nice moon coming up. I'm about, I don't know, 150 yards in my drag. Had to stop and catch my breath. It doesn't get any easier as you get older, folks. If your body's willing, keep it in shape. Whew. I know this 45-year-old body's wore out. Couldn't imagine if that was a 200-pound buck. But, well, yeah, I can, because I'd be calling for reinforcements. I'm gonna take my time getting her back. Drag about 100 yards at a time. I'm losing light, so starting to get my breath back. It's a real deal, man. Sure do appreciate all my blessings. Whew, beautiful evening. It's been a beautiful day. See you guys up the truck. I know this video won't do it justice, but this is the type of stuff I've got to get through to get back to the truck. Dragging this doe, it's all vines. It's getting hung up on everything. And in front of me is all like horsetail weeds, but I got a little area to the right I can get through. And after that, I'm out in the field and I got, I don't know, maybe another 350 yards to the truck from here. I drive the truck back here typically, but it's been so wet, I'm afraid I'll get it buried out here. Don't need that trouble. So, away we go. Once I get up that way, I'm going back to the truck and get the two-wheel cart. But I figure it'd be more of a pain in the butt trying to get the cart through all these vines and waist-high brush than anything. So, let's drag her up to here and then go get it. Well, everybody, I'm sure glad this worked out the way it did. I mean, it would have been nice to have an extra set of hands to help get back up here, but sometimes it's nice just to have a solo hunt too. I'm going to try to get her loaded up here in the back of the truck. I've still got her on the cart. And I've done this with two people before, but I've never tried to do it by myself, so hopefully there's not a story after this about a hernia or something of that nature. If it's too tough, I'll just take her off the cart. Get the ropes out and get her in here that way. But yeah. Have fun watching me struggle. It's gonna be great. I'll give you my best side. All right. Halfway there. Lift with your legs, and then with everything else you got. Come on in there, darling. I can get over these wheels. Woohoo! Look at that. Deer on a cart. One deer, no waiting. Rolling, rolling, rolling. All right. Folks, it's been real, it's been fun. And it's actually been pretty fun, unless you're this girl. But hey, thanks for joining me once again on Enlightened Outdoors. And we'll catch you next time in the woods or on the water.